Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Cappella Podcast. My name is Isaac, and I'm joined here with Apolline.
Welcome, everyone. We are so excited to finally be recording this. It's been a long time coming, and we have some good stuff planned for today. So let's get started, right, Isaac?
Oh, absolutely. Well, we should probably introduce ourselves first. Apolline, please give us your entire background and life story and everything that you ever want to tell us. Deepest, darkest secrets.
Oh, I probably won't go there, but I can give you a quick intro. So my name is Apolline. I am the CEO of Cappella. You can probably, guess it from my name and hear it from my accent, but I am from France. I can't really hide it,
I mean, not like you really have to.
Right. I don't really have to, but I try sometimes. Anyway, I am an engineer by training, and I came to the US in September 2021 to go to grad school. And that's basically my story. I graduated from grad school in May 2022. And right after that, I started Cappella. What about you, Isaac? Tell us about your background.
Well, I mean, you could probably hear it from my accent. I'm a Californian. Born and raised in San Francisco. Love the place, but right now I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. Pretty cool.
Different weather.
Very different. There's actual seasons here. I was not used to seasons at all. Every time I would walk outside and see that there's leaves on the ground, I would be like, I don't think that's supposed to happen. Is the world ending? Yeah. So I'm from California. I'm the CTO / technology wizard / artificial intelligence, guru here. And I work a lot on the technology side of Cappella. And I love working here.
Oh, that's such a nice intro. Well, I guess we could kind of talk about what Cappella is now because, we get a lot of questions about it. And let's say that our mission at Cappella is to empower and support parents, and especially new parents, in their pursuit of raising an emotionally healthy human being. One thing that led to the creation of Cappella was the realization that crazy technology exists in all sorts of different fields and in all sorts of industries right now. For example, you have self-driving cars, and you have the blockchain and the metaverse, and people using artificial intelligence in so many different fields. But, parenting is still kind of done using 20th century methods when you really look at it. I mean, it's a Google search, it's a subreddit channel.
Maybe you go on Yahoo Answers. Is that still a thing even? I don't even know.
I don't know. I don't think so. I've never, in the last year, we've spoken to so many families, so many parents, and I've never heard anyone mention Yahoo search. So I don't think it is a thing.
But you could see where, all of this kind of archaic forms of parenting, and I say archaic as in, I feel like it's a little outdated. Not to say that it's non-functional, right? A lot of people have the mindset of, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. But I really do think that there's a lot more that could be done with parenting, just like Apolline mentioned, with integrating maybe technology and state-of-the-art technology into this.
Yeah, especially because families are looking for tools. Families are looking for help, and they're, looking to digitalize their daily lives. And so we digitalize so many things around us that parenting is just one thing that, it's the most important job you'll ever have. My grandmother always says, being a parent is the hardest job you'll ever do. And there's not enough support, simply put. And so this is why we are building Cappella. So Isaac, why don't you tell us exactly what kind of technology we're building at Cappella to support people and parents?
Absolutely. Many people might have heard of the app Shazam. Have you heard of it, Apolline?
I have heard of it, but very fun fact, I met a guy recently who didn't know what Shazam was. And I was just taken aback because I didn't think that was a thing to not know what Shazam is.
I mean, maybe all of our audience members has no idea what Shazam is. Maybe you're offending them right now.
Well.
But I mean, just as a summary of what Shazam does, it's some sort of app that you have on your phone, and then you hold it out to any sort of speaker or music that's playing, and then it automatically tells you, oh, you're listening to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Can't Stop right now, or something along
Great
those
song
lines.
choice.
Very great. I wish we could play it right now, but we would get copyright striked probably. So we're not going to do that. But, that kind of technology uses machine learning and artificial intelligence. And it's really blown up over the past few years. And what if we, as people who really think that parenting is, stuck in 20th century ways, could maybe integrate this technology into something that could help us, understand what our baby is doing. Maybe somehow make some sort of baby cry translator, right?
Exactly. So one of the questions we get all the time that we can answer right now is, what concretely exactly can Cappella do? So can you tell us a little bit about, without, boring people with the details of any algorithm, but can you tell us a little bit about, big picture, high level, what Cappella's technology is all about?
Oh, absolutely. Well, you can imagine a similar sort of situation where it's 3 a.m., you have no idea why you're waking up, and then you hear your baby crying. Your baby's just crying and crying and crying, and you don't know what the solution is. You would just want to make it stop crying, and so you could go back to bed and then go to work or something in the morning.
And also make sure that the baby's okay and that what's going on is normal.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
also a big question we hear from new parents.
Right, yeah. I mean, oftentimes, right, you might even be worried, like, why is my baby crying? And so what we're aiming to do is trying to make technology that utilizes artificial intelligence and machine learning in order to basically translate what your baby is crying about.
Exactly. I mean, I couldn't explain it better than Isaac does, but we're basically building the Shazam for babies, or a baby cry translator. And this technology has tremendous potential. Right now, we're only at the tip of the iceberg, but we really see a lot of things that we can do with it moving forward, in terms of, understanding cries, understanding patterns of cries, and all the doors this opens.
I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to supplement the whole learning process and the learning curve, and ease that learning curve of being a new parent, right? We want to make sure that parents have the tools and technology in order to properly raise their child, or maybe
We're here to empower.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
We want to empower parents and other caregivers and nurses, doctors, whatever.
To be the best at their job that's taking care of a tiny human.
Tiny little humans.
Exactly.
Yeah. We hear about what is Cappella, what we even do, and all that stuff. But now it seems like we're running a podcast here, Apolline. This is not machine learning. What am I doing here? Where's my computer? Where's my keyboard? I don't know where it is.
Well, these engineers, they can't do anything without a computer. It won't go anywhere.
It's true.
No, it's not true. It's not true. But yeah, let me give you a brief overview about what you can expect on the Cappella podcast and what's going to be coming your way in the next, couple of weeks. Every Sunday, buckle up and get ready, because you're going to be hit with an awesome episode of the Cappella Podcast. And we are going to interview experts every single week. And we're going to talk about all subjects related to babies, early childhood, parenting, mental health, physical health, emotional health, because this is what people want to learn about. And as we mentioned, our mission at Cappella is to support people, empower people, give people tools to be the best they can at their job. And so all the experts we have are really, really great at giving advice on all these topics. So expect some great inspirational interviews.
And not only that, but they're also pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
They really are passionate in what they're doing, and you can really feel the energy radiating off of them. So maybe if you want some sort of pick me up in the morning, you can always turn up the Cappella podcast and then hear some interesting baby facts.
Yeah, definitely. We've pre-recorded a couple of episodes already, and they're really cool and really great. So we can't wait for you to hear all of that. And it's mostly people who have written books and who are consultants and traveling and have tons of experiences with families and babies. And so we really strive to interview the best experts possible to produce a podcast that has a lot of value, because we know that as a parent, your time is limited. And if you give us 20, 25 minutes to listen to what we are putting out there, we want it to be awesome. And we want it to be a real value add for you. And that's what you can expect from us.
That's super awesome. Why are you even doing this, Apolline? I mean,
jumping straight in.
I have to jump straight in. I mean, I feel like everyone is asking us. I mean, we sound kind of young and all of that stuff. What do we want to do with babies?
Well, yeah, that's one of the questions I at least get a lot. Like, why are you doing this? What's the driver behind this? And I think we should really talk about it here and answer that question here. So I'd love to. I can answer for myself, and then I'll let Isaac talk about his why and his reasons why he's doing this. But
absolutely.
Chronologically, I guess I've been here longer. So maybe that makes more sense. I started thinking about Cappella a year ago. Literally, I, have always been extremely passionate about babies, tiny humans, as one of our next guests calls
cute.
them.
Super cute.
And I always say that if I hadn't been, I'm an engineer, I went to business school, blah, blah, blah. But if I hadn't done that, I would have probably been a doctor, a OBGYN, gynecologist, or obstetrician, or neonatologist. And I would have focused on delivering babies, taking care of babies. And that's really something that I'm very nerdy about. And I was kind of ashamed to say that for a long time, because it's a weird thing to be nerdy about when you're, a teenager or in your early 20s, because I've been nerdy about this for forever. And so I learned a lot of things about it, and I'm super, passionate about it. So yeah, and another one of my big interests is psychology. And this whole thing started, I read a ton of books about psychology and about early childhood, and how as an adult, a lot of your patterns and a lot of your behaviors are rooted in what you experienced in your first 2 or 3 years of life. And these 2 or 3 years are extremely instrumental. One of the books I read is How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole Pera, and I recommend that everybody reads this.
Oh, I love that book.
You read it too?
Yes, it's a very wonderful book.
It talks about childhood trauma, and that trauma doesn't have to be something that's traumatizing, but that it could be subtle, tiny things that just imprint and make you have certain behaviors as an adult. So all of this is to say that I was looking for a way to empower parents, basically to have the tools to raise an emotionally healthy human that doesn't have a lot of these traumas, or that doesn't have any issues growing up. And I started talking to parents, and then Cappella came through, a lot of back and forth, a lot of evolution of the idea. But this is my why. This is why I'm doing this. I think babies are our future, are the future of humanity, and we need to raise a generation of kind, generous, and stable human beings. On top of that, I'm extremely passionate about sound more generally. I love music, and so recording sound, understanding the meaning of sound, because cries aren't language, it's really sound, is something that I'm extremely passionate about. And so over the summer, I was working on it, and I was looking for people to join the team. And by the way, we haven't mentioned the Cappella team yet, but it's a great team.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody who's on it is just great and passionate and amazing. So big shout out to them.
We have an all-star team.
Yeah, big shout out to all of them. I started looking for team members and I met Isaac and we bonded over music actually at the beginning. So this whole sound music thing is really how we bonded. And Isaac, I feel like I've talked for like 20 hours now. So tell us why you were interested in working on this project with me and why you're still there, I guess. Well, you haven't left yet.
It's because I have to do the work. And no. But reference the book, of course.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. No, maybe the pun was intended. Okay, yeah. So, like Apolline said, I think her and I bonded over the like a lot of musical stuff and working with children and stuff. I myself am a tutor. I teach basically middle schoolers up through high school, a bunch of stuff relating to math and science and machine learning. And, I feel like they have a lot of valuable insight. And there's a lot of interesting things with sound that also gives us a lot of valuable insight. Originally, I was thinking about, in the fall and maybe in the winter, I was going to work on a solo project for my band. By
the way, Isaac's a rock star. Sorry.
I play the guitar and the electric bass. Yeah. Whoa. No, yeah. But I was hoping I could, leverage a lot of the stuff that I've learned over my time in college and stuff like that in order to basically make something for music. I love how AI was being applied to things like art. You might have seen things like those AI-generated images or funny pictures and stuff like that everyone's been, sharing on social media. And I was like, well, maybe I can make something that's very similar, but for music. Eventually I met Apolline and she was very excited about her project and convinced me that she's giving me a face right now. But it was I feel like a lot of things clicked into place because I was essentially developing this kind of program, but for music, and instead we were thinking about maybe using it for helping out parents, and I feel like that is a very altruistic thing, and I think it would make a larger difference in the world than just. I mean, not to say that music isn't going to affect the world or anything like that. It's a nice art form, but I feel like this will actually directly help a lot of the common people. Everyone was born at some point, right? Yeah,
truth,
right? Truth. And it would have been wonderful if everybody had something like this technology, so that everyone's parents would have maybe everyone's parents would have maybe have learned what your cries have meant since the very beginning, instead of having to learn it over however many months or years it would take for them to identify something like, oh, my baby's crying, that means it's hungry right now, right?
And another big part of why we're doing this that we haven't mentioned yet, because we talked about parents, but what about parents that want to go back to work after having a baby, especially mothers going back to work and having peace of mind when they go back to work. If you leave your baby with a babysitter, with a stranger that might not know the baby as well as you do because you're their literal parent, we hope that our technology can give you peace of mind to focus during your workday, to focus on your work or to focus on your travel or on whatever you need to do, because the person looking after the baby has access to this app, and the algorithm is trained to understand the baby's cries and to be able to provide, it enables the caregiver to provide effectively and efficiently to all the baby's needs, which in turn gives peace of mind to the, primary caregiver or the parent or the person that, might know the baby very well. So that's another why. It's just, we're all about, supporting caregivers and parents and supporting them in their own personal journeys of working, of doing this, doing that, taking care of other things, and being at peace and knowing that their baby and their offspring is taken care of to the best of anyone's ability while they're off.
Absolutely.
So it's also about all the other caregivers, because a baby is not just a baby and parents. There's grandparents, there's uncles, aunts, cousins,
preschool
friends,
teachers.
There's babysitters. So it's a whole ecosystem around a baby, and we want to really foster a feeling of feeling comfortable and being reassured, and we're working towards that.
That sounds very, very nice. But I mean, we always get a bunch of questions all the time from parents and all those people from the ecosystem that Apolline mentioned. And I think if you ever want to reach out to us, where should these parents and caregivers send their questions to us? Maybe we'll answer them at some point.
No, we'll answer them fairly quickly, because we're all about answering and talking. So if you want to get involved with us, just go to our website. It's cappella.io. So Cappella is Cappella, so two P's and two L's, which Isaac still doesn't know, but I know, I can tell you. He still misspells it.
That's my secret that you weren't supposed to share to the world.
Well, I exposed you. So cappella.io, or email us at hello@cappella.io. Again, Cappella, Cappella. And we'd love to be in touch. We'd love to tell you more. We'd love to work together. Please reach out. And if you know any great people we should have on this podcast who are experts in their field, tell us too, because we're always looking for the next person to interview and the next.
And that includes parents. Parents are experts in their field of parenting. And if you ever want to be on this podcast and talk about how parenting is for you, maybe a bunch of other parents will resonate with and what relate. You say. Yeah.
Because we're all about community and making you feel, part of a group of people that are experiencing the same things.
I mean, we are here for you. That's what Cappella's mission is for, right? We want to help parents and other caregivers with their children.
Yeah.
Leveraging technology and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's but please do reach out. We would love to answer all of your questions, and we would get back to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, definitely. And if you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed learning about why we're doing this, please leave us a 5-star review, because it was going to really help us get the word out there and get, noticed by the people that might need this the most, and that might need to hear from all these cool experts that we're going to have on. So we would be super grateful for a nice review and a comment.
Yeah.
If you liked it. Otherwise, just don't do anything.
Well, thank you everyone for listening to our first episode. We have many more to come.
I hope we did a good job.
Yeah. So any final remarks?
Well, take care of yourself first, and follow us on all our socials.
Yeah.
Cappella.io.
Cappella.io. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Isaac.